Inside Out is a 2015 animated film created by Pixar Studio and directed by Docter. The story tells us about a cheerful girl named Riley who goes through a stage of growing up. She also has living emotions in her head, and everything that happens to them is the reflection of her real-life experience. Riley is 11, she has blonde hair, and she doesn't like broccoli. Everything is going on well in her life, but this is until she is forced to move from Minnesota to San Francisco. From this moment on, the seemingly always cheerful Riley begins to experience negative emotions more and more often. But at the same time, she doesn't allow herself to be sad, which ultimately leads to the fact that she closes in on herself and in every sense deprived of both sadness and joy. She also prefers to ignore key joyful memories tied to her past place of residence, things that bring her pain. No longer able to hide behind the mask of joy, she begins to be consumed by such emotions as disgust, fear, and anger. She sincerely despises her new place of residence, missing her old home and friends, but also afraid of making a new one, and as a result breaks down and yells at her parents, receiving the same response from them. After everything she has experienced recently, Riley comes to the conclusion that the best solution for her would be to go back home to Minnesota, since only there she felt herself good. She doubts, realizing that this is far from being the best idea, but it seems to her that she has no choice, and she decides to act and even steal mother's credit card to pay for a bus to Minnesota. Pretending that she's always going to school, she spends the whole day trying to find the right bus station. At the same time, after everything that happened, her entire inner world begins to collapse due to the despair and the contradictions she experiences. And her subconscious completely gets rid of her imaginary childhood friend Bing Bong, when he, at the cost of his own life, helps Joy to get out of the abyss of oblivion, thereby making the passage to the stage of growing up, which is necessary to overcome the current crisis. And only when joy and sadness getting back to the headquarters, Riley allows herself experience sadness and take a new look at old memories. Riley understood what she had done. She gets off the bus and goes home. When she is finally home, she tells her parents about everything she has been experiencing lately, how much she tried to be a good daughter and always remain joyful for the sake of the parents, realizing that this is not easy for them either, and thinking that otherwise they will be mad at her. Naturally, the parents come and hug their daughter, saying that they are not mad at her and they have also been missing their old home. After which Riley finally sincerely experiences joy while her parents hug her, thereby creating a new key memory and stabilizing her inner world, which allowed her to finally start a new life and move on, creating brand new memories. Maybe even a bit too much.